I'm gonna do another test. This is the Money Buddha Show. We're gonna do another test. Another test. Money Buddha Show. Gonna, there it is. And so
you're probably going to get around 8 to 10 hours, which in a gaming session is fine, but you're going to find yourself that you're going to be charging these things pretty often. And so the last accessory that comes with it is the headphone cable. Now, that way you can use these if they die. You can use them plugged into your controller. You can use them plugged into your phone, Nintendo Switch, any other device that has a normal headphone jack. All right, so the headphones themselves. As you can
okay, so
tell,
that was the
one of the big
TV,
problems
and
with
now
the
I'm gonna
original
talk a little
PlayStation
bit.
Gold wireless
This is the new
headsets, the fact that the
screen.
hinge
So we're gonna
because the
try and
old
see
ones
what we
folded
see right
in
here in the new
were very
screen.
fragile. In fact, they broke very often, and a lot of
I
people
like what
had
I
that
see
issue.
right
The
here. This is
headband on
gonna
the
be
other
the
ones were
new
a
Money
lot
Buddha
thicker.
setup.
They thinned down the design. It's very sleek. It's just black all
I
over.
have
There is some gloss
one
trim
of
around
our
the front lower
traders
where the ear cup
want
is. I
to
don't like the gloss. I
know.
don't like the fact that
Let's
where you're
give a
touching all the buttons
ticker.
is going to be gloss and it's going to pick up all the
Let's
fingerprints.
find
That's
a
just kind of
ticker.
nitpicking, but I just thought I should point that out. Your left and right are marked on the inside, right behind the ear cup, which the ear cup does slide up and down inside the headband itself. So again, with there being no hinges, that is a nice way to be able to get them to fit, and I found getting them to fit was no issue at all. Now the ear cups on these, it is a very soft pleather.
So let's do
Now,
Google.
if I had
Everybody
to
loves
kind of
Google.
describe the
Now
design of
you
the ear
see,
cup,
as you
if you're
can see,
familiar with them at
this
all,
is
the
the
ear cup
Google
is
that
like
everyone's
the
talking about.
PlayStation Gold
Even if I
as far
stretch
as
the
the way
chart
that
up a
it's
little
lined
bit,
up, but it's
this is
the
how
material of the
consolidated a
platinum.
format
I would say it's closer to a
Google is.
PlayStation Platinum headset,
So
but
as
as
you
far
can
as ear
see,
cups go, they're
I'm gonna
unicorn.
mute some of this shit now. So this is how consolidated Google is at this point. You can see that it's very consolidated. And what I mean by consolidated, if you don't know what that means, is that it's in a tight. It's very tight. You can see it's like almost like a straight line. Okay? And that means that's a consolidated form pattern. Okay. So here's some studies. I'm gonna throw some on here. Here's some volumes. I'll give you the volume. I'm gonna give you some Bollinger Bands. Okay. Now, if you were doing options, these would be your calls and your puts. Okay. Your intrinsic value, I believe that is the IV. Okay. Okay, we got the volume weighted at price. Gila MACD. Ichimoku Cloud. And let's see what we get. Wow. So there you have it. So this is what you would see if you had all of that on your screen. Now, to the untrained, I can still read this. To me, I read charts like this all the time. Like, you can see with the Ichimoku Cloud, this is how you read Ichimoku Cloud. You can see the red is intersecting with the green. You're looking for that intersection point. That intersection point right here, this red, correlates with this red that you've seen right here. This green, that's what I'm saying. The Ichimoku Cloud is actually a very good indicator if you don't know. So let me dial some of this shit back. Let's dial back volume at price. At this point, look at that. We got the day's volume. So boom. This is what it would look like if you were going ape shit back crazy. Here we go. Boom. Because look, there's so much shit I can't even get it on there. Plus, Google's a weird ass stock because it's so fucking expensive. So let's pick something that's fucking. Let's go back to AIM where we were just at. You see what I mean? A little more volatility. That means we can squish it up a little more. And there we go. So there, that's a little bit better shot. I should almost like screenshot that shit, and that's gonna be the new Money Buddha channel. So These are your volumes. I'm gonna start dialing all these things back, and we're gonna bring it in over time. Okay. So volume at price. Boom. So that here's your volume at the price. So there's your volume and it's at the price. So that's what that means. And so these bars correlate. If I zoom in, you'll see the bars start to fade away. Boom. And then you'll see all of them disappear. Boom. At this point, because there's no trading right here. Nothing was being sold or bought. It stayed at zero, at nil. Okay. As we zoom out, you see the green bar appear. This green bar correlates with this green bar. Okay, as you zoom out, you see the red bar. Those red bars correlate with this red bar. Okay, and so on and so forth. And so essentially, why you would want volume at price is, it's another style and a format for which you can perceive the said indicator. That's kind of why the term is called indicator. It's indicating to you things that are targeting your natural human intuition and things that you as a trader are looking for, certain symbols and signals, i.e., if you can see right here, you saw a lot of heavy red coming through past the green, and as you can see, it reflected that during the natural trading. The red began to more red, a little bit of green, tall greens, as you can see, which the greens are correlating, and then you can still see how the reds were outdoing the green, if you will, and that's why you saw a sell-off the next current day. So these are really what volume and price. It allows you just to perceive the current movement of the stock in a little more liquid manner, on a more vertical, horizontal, kind of just like, if you take a picture or a painting and you turn it upside down and it changes your perception. It's another way of just perceiving volume in a different way. And what is volume? Volume is kind of what it says, but in this particular case for the stock market, volume is the amount of trades being served. So you got one share served, that's one volume. Million shares sold, million volume. Okay, so the volume is the shares being sold, that's the amount. So you want to know, okay, it was a $10 million share day, but then the volume allows you to perceive which way. Because I can say 10 million, was it all 10 million green? But obviously it wasn't. So it was things that were bought and sold, and so that's why you have red and green indicators to correlate with the buying and the selling. Okay, next. Average volume over time. Now this one is another perceptional way where you would utilize this one is now instead of it being all up on your screen where you didn't like it, now you can kind of see the day's volume weighted over top of the average volume. Okay, and so therefore you're gonna see that you're getting a little bit of it's telling you a little bit of the direction that the stock is going to go. So by this reading of this current most frequent or most recent um, reading, you can see that the stock is trending upwards, even though if you look at it from just a natural standpoint, if you didn't have any of these on the screen, this is also the main reason why you use studies, because you can say, well, what are the purpose of the studies at all? Then I can just read these charts, but then the studies give you little bits of information, little tells, little peeking, little things that enable you to now be a little bit more effective on the market. You know what I mean? And then when you utilize the fact that you've been subscribed to the Money Buddha Show and you're seeing what we're doing, then you start to be able to implement these strategies and start to utilize them for your benefit. Okay? Now let me double check, make sure we're still recording. Okay, we are. Because that would suck if we weren't recording and I'm just running my mouth. Because that happened to me the other day, by the way. And that was lame as shit. It's like almost like an hour worth of recording with me just like my mouth just. I almost fucking posted that shit. I should post a little bit of it. I was like, man, this is for all my deaf subscribers, man. If you couldn't hear it, this is, it's Money Buddha, silent movie Buddha. So now mine, this is what I use. If you want to be like Money Buddha, this is the volume I use. I just use a standard volume. You know what I mean? Standard size. It just, and how you read this is like here. You see why I like this? Because it also lets me know my grays. And because see, the grays actually are trading in fluctuations or stagnations inside of them. You know what I mean? They too have perceived data that's associated with them that if you were to just, as you could see before, you did not see. You did not see that this particular region had anything going on with it as opposed to this particular region. So this is why I like this one. It allows me to, it gives me, the best eyes on what I would like. So I'm gonna leave that one there, and then you can slowly see, you know, what the fuck, how far I'm fucking doing, how far I go. So then we got the Bollinger Band width, which is one that I don't particularly use, but I still can tell you what it is. So you have the width moving at the SMA, which is simple moving averages, which is a 200 day. Um, Then you have the actual Bollinger width, which is the blue part. So here's the width, meaning this is the perceived perspectancy of the movement of the current in fluctuation of price, i.e. the simple moving average. It's a average price that's being moved that's calculated on the 200 day. Okay? Now that once you have that, so that's kind of giving you like your baseline structure. Then within the baseline structure, which is essentially what you're seeing right here. Okay, this is why you have to kind of use these indicators, because if you were to just look at this, you're seeing that actually in this indicator, there's an upward movement that tapered down, but was there. So these things you're gonna have to utilize at your own, technique. That's why sometimes it's good to have a few of them that you use and cue them on, cue them off, and get that information. And then, if you don't want to be as cloudy and you want to stay, pure, you want to be a Puritan, you can be a Puritan. And then when you want that data, you need data overload. Like I like a little bit of that. I look a little bit of this. You know what I mean? A little bit of that. So, see, a lot of people can't handle the Ichimoku cloud. But see, the Ichimoku cloud, motherfucking, I can handle that. The Ichimoku, I can really handle it. To me, I feel like it's a really good indicator. Now, is it something you leave on? Like I say, no. It's a good little, I would say after trading indicator, if you will, where, you fucking already been trading. You're not really actively needing to see all the pips, if you will, or all the movements, but you want a little more intel. You want a little more detail. Maybe Money Buddha throws a stock at you, and you're like, "What the fuck is he talking about? Is this good for me?" You throw these different indicators on, and you can start to get the perception of the stock a little more, and get the, what the information is. It kind of allows you to see what's going on. Okay, this is for also our subscribers. Shouts out to our subscriber who put that down. Comment below what you need, and I'll try to get it to you. Now, this is the first part one of a couple part series of these indicators, so that you all can know what you need, to utilize, and then we can go from there. I'm gonna be your boy Money Buddha, the hottest day trader. And on that note, I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna post this, and then we're gonna go from there. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Shouts out to the 76 subscribers. We're on our road to 100 subscribers. We're about to be the hottest thing moving. If you're a part of the team, you're making money. This is what we need you to do. You know what I mean? You don't have to share. You can share. I understand. People are not gonna always understand what we're doing. That's not necessarily what it is. The Money Buddha understands these things. But you, as the viewer, have the rare opportunity to get locked in. If you don't get locked in, you don't ever get to see us again. Then that's on you. It's just about whether or not you are taking that step to realize these are the things you need to do. The reason why this is important and this is an effective thing to do is because when you're looking at these traders, I'm listening to them. They're steering you wrong, false profit. You got people coming on this thing with thousands and thousands of subscribers talking about, oops, I took a 5,000 loss. Oops, I took a $40,000 loss. What kind of shit is that? Like you will never see us, and then have the nerve to try to sell you stuff. We don't sell things here. There's no Discord chat. There's none of this. What you see is what you get, baby. If it's something new, you'll know about it because I'll tell you about it. You understand? We have no. This is what you get, baby. This 73. We started at 0. Now we're at 73. You're at the ground floor. It's called smart money. If you know about the stock, you don't want to be all the way late. This is something where you can be a part of. That's another reason why I made this. You're looking at all these traders. You're looking at all that junk. Looking at all these high level YouTubers. You try to send a comment to them, they might respond, but they don't give a fuck about you. I mean, like, they're not trying to be your friend, if you will. You can be the money Buddhist friend. I want to have us hang out. Like I'm saying, this is millionaires. Like, like, I want to have us all have an infrastructure, and then we all motherfucking do some things and make some real money. You understand? So this is just a little bit of the perception of the mind state of where we're going, a little bit of what you're a part of. I'd like to thank you all for being a part of the show. You know what I mean? Shouts out to our guy. I don't know your name. I'm sorry, your name escapes me. But your name will be shouting out. I will find your name, and I will put your name in the description. And if not, I will even find a way, if there's enough room in the title, to actually put his name in the title, because he was the one that requested this right here. So in that spirit, because I don't want to have him, because it is Sunday and I want him to have all the tools that he needs, I'm going to pull some of this shit off. Have him right here. I'm going to set you up, baby. You got your MACD. I want you with the RSI, the relative strength moving index. So you got your relative strength. And then, what do I want you with? See, here's your simple moving average that we were just seeing. Get your simple moving average, and I'm going to give it to you on the 15. And boom. And then what you do with your simple moving average is give it that color. That's what I like. And now you're in the game, baby. Okay, so that's your boy Money Buddha. Thank you all for coming. You know what I mean? The hottest motherfucking goddamn day trader, not a stain on us. You know what I mean? Millionaires, you can be one too. Let's get it. Shalom.